the unboxing of my Sony AX5000. Sony AX5000. It comes in this big old box. It has my address on there, so I can't show you the box. I got it from Crutchfield. Most people, I think the rap on Crutchfield is that they're expensive, but they provide quality service and quality products. I bought a whole kit. So here is the actual head unit. The box is full of those little things and the wiring. We'll get to that in a second. So Sony AX5000, I guess XAV-AX5000. I previously had the AX100. I liked it, but I tend to go back to the Android head units. But now I'm willing to try this one again. This newer one has a lot of updates, and we'll check it out. So let's talk about what comes in the Crutchfield package. Crutchfield is great because you can pick what fits your car. Mine is a 2016 Jeep Wrangler. And for a small fee, they'll just sell you all the parts that they recommend at a discount if you buy the package deal. So this is the Metra 95611. This is pretty much what I used last time when I installed it in my the AX100. It also includes this guy to make. This is to retain your antenna. This plugs into the Jeep. This side plugs into the Jeep, and this side plugs into the head unit. There may be one of these in there already, I'm not positive. And this is the piece you'll use to retain the USB in the console for a Jeep Wrangler. Mine's a 2016 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. And it comes with these extra little screw guys, which is pretty good too, right? Here's the important part. So you can see, you have to have some kind of adapter like this, right? Generally, the radio has this piece inside the box, and all this other stuff will come with the Jeep, with the pack kit. These usually cost you around $90. As you can see, it's already been wired up. I paid an extra 25 bucks or so to get that. It's a little disappointing that they didn't solder them. They just use these crimpers, but it still looks like quality work. I mean, it doesn't look bad. And the thing is, you can pay like, I don't remember off the top of my head what the numbers were, but it's substantially cheaper for Crutchfield to do it, because Quadratech, which does a lot of Jeep stuff, also sells one of these kits. Now theirs may be soldered, I don't know, but theirs is like an extra $100, whereas this is an extra $25. So it was, I've done this before, I've done it in other vehicles, but it's well worth it to have this taken care of for me. The Crutchfield Ready Harness set. I even got a little handwritten letter too, not just this one. They sent me like a postcard in the mail type thing. Don't know what this is. I really don't know what this is. This is a couple of these extra wires, these extra taps here, positive taps. There's also an extra unused one inside here. Or at least it's capped off. They capped off something, right? So, in theory, this plugs into the head unit. I don't know what to do with the purple wire. I have to look in the manual and see, but I think everything's going to be set up for me. So let's put that aside, and let's get to the actual box itself. So again, my box is going to be a little different because Crutchfield, I believe, opens it up and takes that wiring harness out. I doubt they're giving me an extra harness, but we'll see. Maybe they didn't. This is literally the first time I've opened the box. Standard warranty booklet to use it. Remote control, which I'll never use. And the actual head unit. Boy, that's tiny looking. I'm used to having a 10-inch head unit in my Jeep. This is teeny tiny. And here is their microphone. So yeah, it has been opened and they've taken the wiring out. So let's unwrap this guy. So again, in general, I believe it would come with this black piece here and these wires just frayed at the end or ready to be spliced. $25 extra. You have to have one of these anyhow, so it costs like 80 or 90 bucks, I think, but then I paid Crutchfield 25 bucks to do this. It's well worth it. I've done it before, I even have videos on it, but it sucks. And I don't want to do it again. So, like right now, if I wanted to, I could have this thing slapped in my Jeep in the next 30 minutes because I don't have to wire all this shit up. So, well worth it. So at the back here, this is, I think, this little harness is for if you had their satellite antenna. This is where this black harness here will plug into it. Maybe this is for the satellite antenna. I forget which one's which. Here's your preamp outs. There's your microphone. The blues for, oh, I got it upside down. The blues for the remote control. And this is for the antenna. And this will be only one USB for Android Auto or CarPlay. That part's kind of annoying because my wife has an iPhone and I have an Android device, so I have to change the wiring out every time if I want to hook it up. I mean, it's still better than nothing, but I mean, it's a pretty good price for this unit. As far as the screen itself, the simple button configs I like much better. When I went to Best Buy and looked at a lot of them on the wall, and I didn't like the setup on it all. And of course, the microphone, which I'll run up the A-pillar. So, one thing, if you ever look on Reddit, there was a lot of complaints about this particular head unit. People were saying it didn't add connection problems. If you spend a lot of time on Reddit, they pretty much hate everything ever invented, right? I like Reddit, I go in there every day, but there's a lot of people talking shit about everything. So in preparation, I bought a couple things. Most of the time I read these Android Auto problems, they're having a problem with the cord itself. These are Amazon Basics. I've used this one plenty of times, a similar version, of course, in my wife's vehicles, my Volvo, or just any kind of vehicle for Android, for CarPlay, it works just fine. So I bought a similar version for USB-C. It's a nice red braided one. USB-C on this side, USB-A on this side, and the blue for the USB 3.1. So I figure the red will be easy to find. And I think Amazon Basics makes good products. However, most people will tell you to use a factory cable. You can also just buy one of these Samsung car chargers, which is I already had. And you can just, this part comes right out. And this will be the same cord that would come with your phone if you bought it. For me, I'm going to be using a Samsung Note 9. It's usually my daily driver. I also have a OnePlus 7 Pro and a Pixel. For me, I'm going to be using the Android, the Note 9 for the most part. And this next part is for Jeep specific. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it was 50 bucks and I figured I would risk it. So I have a Jeep Wrangler. So yeah, this next part will be for Jeep specific. I saw them do this on the 5-car stereo channel for the Jeep Wrangler. I don't know if this will work. So essentially, if you see, Alpine makes the i207, which is a Wrangler specific version of their head unit. The only thing Wrangler specific about it is a special bracket and the pre-wired harness. Obviously, the bracket makes it a little more flush mount. If you've ever used these before, they have a little bit of a, so they have two different, they have a flatter version and this kind of rounded version, but they don't look super great. So this part was for the i207 mounting bracket. in theory, this should be the perfect fit for the Jeep. I don't know that it will be, but I should be able to mount this guy here, and then this would be a perfect flush fit in the Jeep itself. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm willing to give it a shot, and I'm willing to risk 60 bucks for it to work. If it doesn't work, then of course, screw me. But if it does work, it's going to be it's going to look better than these plastic parts here, right? Not a lot of room to work with. There's only 4 holes, and you got to hope they line up correctly. So far, it's not looking good. You might have to drill a hole, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna mess with all this in a little bit. Anyhow, so this is the Sony and all of the wonderful stuff that comes with it. So again, we're gonna try to install this Jeep Wrangler, 2016 Jeep Wrangler, and we'll see how it works. So, all right, thanks for checking me out. I'll let you know. See my follow-up videos to see how well it works.